Hey friends out there in YouTube land, Robert Ham here with Robert Ham Photography. I want to thank you for stopping by. I want to remind you that if you find this video helpful, please don't forget to leave a like and a subscribe. Share this with your friends. Do this for you guys, and I hope that it's worth it for you. Today I'm actually talking about my mobile run and gun video setup, but we're going to talk about the LG G6, which is this amazing phone right here. We're going to talk about the DJI Osmo, and we're going to talk about the Adobe Clip app. I didn't really think I was going to like the LG G6 as much as I do. In fact, LG nailed this one. In my opinion, I switched from Samsung in order to use the LG, which is something I had tried to do with the V20, but it just was not there. Now, there are lots of people that liked the V20, and I'm happy for them. However, for me, the copy that I got, it was terrible. That's not the case with the LG G6. Now, I've got the black version. It's nice and sleek. Nice little case on it as well. But let me just share with you what I do with this camera. I think of this as a camera, and that's very important. The idea that you can have two lenses to choose from that are both equally excellent is something that gives you a lot of creativity as a filmmaker, and that's what the LG does. The LG G6 also combines something that LG has always had as a strong point. I have always liked their camera interface, which is also another very strong point. Finally, the LG put some hi-fi mics on here that allow you to get a little bit more directional or manual control over your microphones, which is excellent when you consider that you're going to need to sync this audio back with your regular audio in order to have a nice video. Otherwise, you're going to have some kind of compromised audio. In order to get the most out of it, you're going to want to pair it with the Osmo. And this is important. It's because the Osmo itself is a self-stabilized gimbal that works in order to keep the cameras nice and steady. And the Osmo also has some very interesting modes that help this gimbal stay steady when you're trying to take pictures of it, okay, or of something. Now, without going into too much, the Osmo DJI Go app with this platform right here is kind of weak, but it does have a couple of areas where it really exceeds or excels with this camera setup. Specifically on an Android phone, specifically the LG G6, you can take interesting wide-angle panoramic and time-lapse shots, and you can do a panoramic time-lapse, which is pretty cool as well, or a motion time-lapse, and this camera will do all that. It will also track faces and objects. So think about having a third man on a camera, this mounted on top of a tripod, set to the wide angle, and, well, actually, let me rephrase. When you're using the DJI Go app, you can't use the wide-angle lens. It only uses the standard lens. But even so, sitting this on a tripod, if you box a face with your finger, if you draw a square over top of it, next thing you know, it's going to follow that. It's going to pan and tilt in order to keep that in focus, and that's pretty cool. But moreover, the app does not have to be controlling the actual gimbal itself. When you turn the gimbal on and you calibrate the actual gimbal, the phone will stay calibrated and the gimbal will run using any program. So Filmic Pro and your own application for your camera will work as well. And the reason that that's important is because there is when you, or in your own camera app, is when you're going to have access to that wide-angle camera. Now, if you're using the wide-angle camera and you're in what's called flashlight mode, you're actually going to get some of the gimbal in the picture. However, you can adjust it by changing to flashlight mode. Now, you get none of the gimbal in the picture, and you get that wide-angle shot. So if you want to record in UHD 4K, you got it. It's right here with a wide-angle lens. And remember, the LG G6 doesn't have an optically stabilized wide-angle lens, and now you're stabilized. In fact, it's very smart. As you start to pan and move over, it's going to change its direction too. The gimbal itself is very smart, so it knows how you're trying to use it, and it adjusts accordingly. In fact, this works so well, I'm able to put it in my 13-year-old's hands and have him follow me around in like first-person kind of mode in order to get shots of me working out on, location, which is really cool. We're going to switch gears now, and the next thing we're going to talk about is the Adobe Clip application. Now, LG does not come with a type of video editing software like Apple does. Apple comes with iMovie. And Samsung even comes with its own small version of a video editor, and that's pretty cool. So LG is kind of left in the dark on that bit, and that's fine. But if you will have a Creative Cloud membership or wish to sign up for one, you can use Adobe Clip on the phone. And that's important because when using Adobe Clip, it is very similar to Premiere Pro, just a very, very slimmed down, mobile optimized version. And this means that you can import video clips that you take from your camera roll or from the DJI app and still images and create a video on the fly. You can choose to go ahead and use it to create your entire project on the phone and then export it however you would like, or you can choose to use it to create the beginning of a project and then have it sync with Adobe Premiere Pro through your Creative Cloud. And that's really cool. The problem is, like all of Adobe's mobile products, I haven't been able to get it to sync worth a flip, which means that although I create different movies on here and such, I've created 5 movies on location videos with Adobe Clip, with the Osmo, and with the LG G6. None of them have synced back to my main desktop. And that's a shame because I would really like to see that functionality. However, Adobe makes it easy to synchronize your videos to music, to beats of music. It's got some very advanced algorithms in there to help you make mobile videos on the go. And that's what I've been using. In fact, throughout this video, you've seen footage that's been made and produced entirely on the LG G6 using Adobe Clip with the footage stabilized by the DJI Osmo. I'm very impressed with this device and its capabilities. I hope that you are too. This is one way for you to very simply enter the world of run and gun filmmaking that also looks great and has the benefit of making all your friends jealous. Guys, I'm Robert Ham with RobertHamPhotography.com. This has been my first look at the system I'm using to make run and gun videos. There are many different ways to do what I'm doing. This isn't the only way, and I hope that you share your ways with me. But I'd like to know what you think. As always, leave your comments down below, and I will catch you on the flip side. Thanks for watching.